The latest loan interest news, again, an incremental development, but how does it add up for Evergrande?
Well, I think, as you say, this really is the clearest sign so far of the extent of the debt crisis that we're seeing at Evergrande. This sort of missed payments on loans, which is actually sort of quite a standard deadline that comes around on September 20th. Of course, adding to worries, really, given that Evergrande has just also hired its financial advisors, two firms that are sort of famous for restructurings.
When it comes to their wealth management products, we saw protesters gather outside of their headquarters. What else can investors do?
Well, that's a really sort of challenging thing here. I think from the sort of retail investor and the wealth management product point of view, the kind of risk for Chinese authorities is that the only forum they have is to kind of go and protest either at the headquarters or in its offices. And there is a danger, of course, that spills out more broadly. Evergrande, as we know, has influence across China. I think from an investor point of view, potentially we could see some investors also moving, so bondholders, also moving to organise. Potentially we may see ad hoc committees, or we may see them also hiring financial advisors or legal advisors.
Rebecca, wouldn't be an Evergrande hit without talking about systemic risks to the broader market. Does this move the needle?
Well, I think so far not yet. We are still seeing these sort of pockets of resilience in China's credit markets and more broadly in its financial markets. I think this key date that's coming up, though, will be September 23rd. So that's when the coupon is due for its dollar bond. Now, if Evergrande misses that, it would be the first major miss, first major failure of this type on a piece of sort of public debt that we've seen. And that really, of course, may roil investors. Now, if we consider that Evergrande has just hired restructuring advisors, the question is whether or not, if they are intending to enter into restructuring, whether they will still pay that coupon. So I think that's really will be the sort of focus coming into next week.